Hey there, this is the guy that just took a break from his seasonal progression grind, and welcome to this AFK journey video. So this is my main account, which I took a break from because I'm stuck at this unlock conditions of resonance level 90. I've been grinding a lot since yesterday, and I guess it's a good time to take a break, slow down, and do this everything you need to know video, so that for those of you guys who haven't unlocked this new event itself, you guys know what to expect. And for those of you guys who unlock the game mode, what are the things that you might want to know, what are the things that you might have missed out for this event itself. Okay, so before I begin, right, here are the events that are dropping together with the new season. Right, if you haven't unlocked the season yet, it's because you haven't reached the 42 days requirement, or you haven't reached the level 240 resonance level, or finish up the main story quest line, which is Remnant's Peak final chapter itself. So in case you haven't unlocked it yet, these are the reasons why, right? So you have to finish all the story quests for the main storyline before the new season, and you need to be resonance level 240, and your server needs to be at least 42 days old. So these are the three requirements. And once you're unlocked, once you unlock the new season, you'll be able to see this new stuff, new events over here. So Glamour Gift, I think, is available for everyone. This is the 7-day lock-in event, which will give you a total of 18 rate up invite letter, as well as epic chest. So over here we get Cassidy, Reese, Hewin, as well as Torrent. So I'll talk more about who to go for after we are progressing more into the game itself, right? Because there is seasonal skills, there's a harder contents, and there are different arena mode. So there's more contents to take note of, and maybe the priority of units you want to go for might change based on deeper digging in the new contents itself. Next, we talk about the seasonal growth path. So this is the growth path challenge system where you're able to get rewards based on the different requirements you fulfill. So very similar to growth path. You get a bunch of new shards for your new artifacts, and you get a bunch of seasonal equipments, as well as seasonal related power-ups. So this is for the seasonal growth path. There's also a ranking system, leaders board based on your different district. So for those of you guys who want to know which district you are in, right, you can click on the district button. So over here they will tell you, okay, your server is blah blah blah, you belong to which district. So this is where you'll be competing with player in this district. And they also mention these are the different game modes where the district ranking is kicked into the game itself. So for Supreme Arena, for Dream Realm, for Battle Drill, for Arcane Labyrinth, as well as Honor Duel, they're all district ranking. Your standard arena will be server ranking only. And for Battle Drill and for Dream Realm, there's actually two different sets of ranking, which I'll run through later, so you guys can know the difference for these new game modes or this new ranking system. Okay, so this is the ranking. Currently we are at rank 5 for resonance level, as well as AFK stage 211. So this is where if you want to know how your other players of the district or server is progressing, this is a benchmark for you. Okay, so next we're gonna go into Trial of Abyss. So for Trial of Abyss, right, you can actually do the Trial of Abyss with the latest power-ups on your unit, which includes the seasonal power-up, which is a seasonal skill, as well as the seasonal artifact. So there's actually a lot of people in my server that have really pushed past where I am because of the new power up. And one thing which I think people misunderstand is that they thought that this seasonal level is a downgrade to their power level, but it's not the case, because for Resonance Synergy, right, it's a completely separate system where you retain your base power. So here you guys can see I'm still Resonance Synergy level 360, and for Seasonal Resonance level, right, it's a different set of power up, and these are the rules. So you guys can click on it and then see what are the different caveats for this one. Not going to explain too much, but this one is strictly for the season itself, and this seasonal level up actually gives you additional stats. For the Resonance Synergy, the regular one, we'll call it the regular one, you only get stats up to level 300. So that will be your base stats when you enter the new season. Okay, then for Resonance Synergy level, right, your seasonal levels will be resetted, but every level up that you give to a unit, you give more stats, as you guys can see over here. So if I were to if I were to power my units up, I'll be able to get more stats. So these stats are all built on top of the resonance synergy stats that we already get. So even though the levels of the units are lower on your side when you see it, your overall power level is increasing because the unit stats is boosted on top of whatever base you already have from the previous main story mode itself. So that's for the seasonal levels. So for seasonal artifacts, actually it's a very highly requested video for me to do a video to talk about the different artifacts yet. Right now I still have 4 more which I haven't unlocked, so I'm not sure how they are actually used. Like based on their skill kit, I could definitely make a video, but I prefer when I unlock the thing, know a little bit of how the artifact work, and then I can talk better as to which one is better, how should you use the different artifact, and you guys can stay tuned for that video specifically. So I'll definitely have one video for seasonal artifacts specifically. I'll also share my current team comms for the dream round as well as my content pushing for those of you guys who are interested to min-max with me, and that's for the seasonal artifacts. So for equipment, same thing. So basically the whole seasonal power-up system is a separate system on its own. It's built on top of your base stats. So even though your displayed level is lower for your equipments, your base stats as well as the base equipment still exist. So you can just toggle between the equipments at the bottom right hand side, as you guys can see. So this is the seasonal equipment, this is the regular equipment. So everything that is regular will still be there, and you get all the additional power-ups for the seasonal equipments, specifically in the new seasonal content. Okay, so this is for the seasonal level related stuff. And for the game modes itself, right, we'll be getting the Supreme Arena. I haven't been spending a lot of time in Supreme Arena. I simply just killed up my attempt, buy 1 or 2 to just test things out. So I will just briefly touch on what Supreme Arena is. The rules mention that, you know, basically you can set different settlement timings, which means that you can prevent some last minute hits from there. And at the same time, the defensive map will actually change every week, which will promote variety in terms of strategies as well as positioning and team building. And on top of that, right, whatever happens in Supreme Arena, you'll be able to get really handsome rewards. Because if we take a look at this, right, if we go into the rankings, we go into the rewards. Let me so I lost a bit here. If you go into the daily rewards, as you guys can see, if you're able to climb up to at least top let's say 1000, you are getting 1 Twilight Essence on a daily basis. So that's 7 Twilight Essence. I think Twilight Essence is more of end game related stuff. So if you can get into top 20, that will be 8 Twilight Essence daily. That's quite a lot. And you also get all the arena coins and as well as new cosmetics. So if cosmetic is something you are into, then you should definitely play this game mode more. So right now I'm at currently 2000 to 3000. So the AI is really strong. Like I'm gonna showcase some of the challenges. So the AI is very powerful. Like in comparison, this is their power level, right? This is their levels. Okay, in comparison, right, I'm going to showcase like my current power level first. So this is my team setup. So my power level is a lot lower compared to the AI. So that's why I'm not actively pushing, because the AI just have more stats than us, and like we are not even playing against the other player, because all these challenges, they are all like AIs inside the game mode, where eventually once we are able to reach the higher levels, we will be able to win them easily and then climb up the ranks. So I will cover Supreme Arena separately as well once I'm able to climb up with higher levels and higher equipment stats and stuff, so you guys can stay tuned for that as well. So that's for the seasonal Supreme Arena. Then we are also getting the new Dream Realm boss. So I have the damage here. So the first day best team for Alpha Bear will be released later, where I talk about the mechanics as well as the team builds. And for the bosses itself, right, so we have over here 6 different bosses. And for those of you guys who have unlocked seasonal the seasonal part of the game, you'll be able to see the bosses. And even if you haven't unlocked it, you will still be able to face the boss. But the thing is, right, both your rankings will be dependent on the seasonal side. So if let's say you guys will see this, right, so there's this season. So all these common 2 are all the seasonal challenges. Then we have people who have higher damage but they haven't unlocked the new season yet. So you guys can see this guy got 142 million. Okay, but he is currently at common 1, so his damage is higher in terms of the number, but his difficulty is lower, so his rank is lower. And if you haven't unlocked the new season stuff, right, your ranking will be even lower in terms of the overall rank. So if you can unlock the new season stories, you can unlock the new seasonal contents, and you can go into the new stage and get all the power-ups, go get it, because that will be helpful for you to get a better Dream Realm ranking. And there's also 2 different sets of ranking. So we have the default server ranks. So these are the default rewards that are already available. But one thing that's really amazing for this new Dream Realm district ranking is that you'll be able to get a good chunk of resources on a daily basis, even at the lower rank. So as low as top 50%, you'll be able to get temporal essence. So hopefully that helps a little bit with evening out the pressure on the temporal essence, especially for the lower spenders or the free-to-play players. And if you're able to climb higher, I think for most people, maybe top 200 to 500 is also possible. Then you'll be also getting a steady stream of Twilight Essence, which could also benefit your account in the long run. So yeah, very good addition over here. And there's not much difference in terms of the temporal essence for the district reward. So as long as you are within top, I would say 500, that is really good already, because temporal essence at 2, right, and it's very similar to all the top rankers anyway. So the higher you go, the more cosmetics you get, but you also get a little bit more Twilight Essence. But let's say if you're somebody who's free to play or like low mid spender, right, top 500, you're already getting pretty decent temporal essence income. So very good addition. Hopefully it solves that tension and pressure there. And that's for the Dream Realm side of things. And then we have new AFK stage challenge. So there's a multi-team option as well as a single team option. For multi-team option, it's very similar to the multi-battle. So if you clear one of these multi-team challenge where you fight 2 teams, you're going to push your progression 1 stage ahead. And for the normal one, basically you clear it, you push your progression 1 stage ahead, and then you'll be able to check your resource gains over here. So these are all seasonal essence, XP, as well as all the seasonal related stuff. Okay, so all the additional goodies as well as all the additional power-ups, they are found over here. So that's for the AFK challenge side. And for Honor Duel, I haven't really explored Honor Duel that much yet, but I think Honor Duel wise, in terms of the reward, hasn't changed too much, although they introduced this new seasonal ranking. So we are able to see some crazy Honor Duel players with 6,000, 5,000 plus points, as you guys can see. But I'm not a big fan of Honor Duel, so I can't really be bothered with the ranking. There's that, but I might explore the Honor Duel game mode once I'm done with my general game progression. So if you guys are into that, let me know down in the comment section below, right? So I can, you know, release some potential Honor Duel teams or even strategies with this new patch itself. There's a few more things which I want to point out. So we have a very specific seasonal Legends trial. So this is basically Legend trial with the season tag. I don't think I need to explain too much. Progress higher, the more rewards you will get. And lastly, with regards to one thing, or rather one other content which is new, it's the Battle Drill. So for Battle Drill, right, we are getting a new map. But this Battle Drill will only start in about 5 days. So this is how the map looks like. Looks like a pretty big map. So I don't know whether or not we can clear it, right? It might be not that tough. So maybe we can clear it easily because we have 10 challenges on each. But it looks like a really big map and there's new things to take note of. So we shall see whether or not there's a need for a guide, or whether or not my guild is competitive enough to pump out the guide for this one. Okay, so that's for the Battle Drill side. Lastly, one more thing I want to point out is that there's actually, I would say, like a visual bug. Because, right, if let's say you have purchased the Noble Path option, the seasonal Noble Path, that you can't, there's some people who are like me who can't access it from the shortcut at the bottom right corner. So you guys can see over here, there is supposed to be a 3-card option where you can click it and you go into the Noble Path. So you guys will also might not be able to find it within the shop itself because you already purchase it. So once you purchase it, the Noble Path disappear from the shop. So if you cannot find your Noble Pass, your Battle Pass, or your Noble Path thing, right, cannot find, you go into the level option, click on level up. When you have a deficit, there's actually this season Noble Path. So that's where you gain access to your Noble Path. Okay, so this is one thing I discovered yesterday because I bought my season Noble Path, and I was trying to find it because I want to unlock all these resources for progression. I also want to get my costume over here, but I cannot find the shortcut to access to it. So if you cannot find it, then you can access it from this page itself. once you have the EXP deficit. Okay, so just so you know. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this video, right? I guess this is pretty much everything you need to know so far. There's still a lot of contents to cover. Like, based on the map itself, right, we have one more chapter. We are halfway on Eroded Enclave, and I think the Crimson Highland will probably take a few more days, at least I'll say 5 more to 1 week to cover. So once I'm done with everything, maybe I'll do a final conclusion video for the new season in terms of the new contents. One thing I really like about the new season is that they're integrating a lot of in-game open world elements for the quest itself, right? So we have all the bestial brawls. So let's run through some terrain stuff which you guys can see on the map. So there's bestial brawl, where you're able to lure the beast to bang the rocks and then clear path and then unlock your rewards from there. Sort of spice up the thing, but it's, I'll say, like a little bit disappointing, because I felt that bestial brawl had a little bit more potential to do more. But at the same time, they also added this rock climbing feature, which increases the depth in terms of, you know, how you see the game, but at the same time it's a little slow. So I don't know whether or not they can put a skip button to make it better, to make it faster, in case I want to rush through my contents. But in general, right, like they also introduced the seasonal the I'll say, like, weather thing. So there are a few quests in the game where you actually have to change out your radio menu to adjust the different timings of the day. So, like, for example, you have to wait until dawn to start the next quest, you have to wait until noon to start the next quest, or wait until dusk. So you have to switch this radio thing to fit the quest. So that's how they integrate it. Very, very interesting. The music is really good as well so far. Story wise, I haven't really, I'll say, pay close attention, because my objective was to push through contents with my main account. Then I'll cover the whole story thing with my other accounts moving forward. But from the things that I read, as well as the screenshots of all the stories that people shared with me, generally I think the story is quite fulfilling, although there's still a little bit of bug left and right with regards to translation errors. So hopefully they're able to fix it before those people that haven't unlocked it can fully immerse themselves in the lore of the game itself. That's pretty much it, my everything you need to know with regards to the new season. Thank you very much for tuning in. Stay tuned for all the new contents video with regards to the new season. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.